Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome. It's Trust the Process time. I'm David Guerra. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Took a week off. It was Labor Day weekend, so decided to spend some time with the family. Got out of here, got out of this box, and headed north a little bit, and it was nice. It was a lot of fun. But we're back, and this is Trust the Process. So I hope you're getting something out of this. If not, well, we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying. But folks, the whole premise behind this is stuff that I see that, well, people either do right or do wrong, and sometimes they half-ass it. And you might as well be wrong if you're gonna half-ass things. So where am I going with this? Today I'm gonna continue on the other side of the resume process. And the other side, I mean, you've submitted your resume, now what? What's the thing you do? Well, number one is don't submit it and then the next day, did you get my resume? If it's electronic, they got it. If it's an entire electronic process, it's gonna get screened. It's gonna get screened first by the computer and then a human. The computer's gonna look for keywords in the process, in the application process, the online process. And then it passes that muster, it's gonna go to a human who's actually gonna sit there and review things. So you can't rush that process. That's just non-negotiable. But the big question is what about the interview? What about the interview? When do you prepare for the interview? Folks, you prepare for the interview, and trust me on this, you prepare for the interview the moment you hit the submit button. That's the moment you start preparing, because one, if you're good and your content is good, they're gonna call you back. They're gonna call you back. Everything that they see digitally, everything they see on that piece of paper, everything they see on the PDF when they print up or pull up on their screen, they see your resume, they see your application. If you're good, they're gonna be curious and they're gonna call. So you get ready for that interview immediately. You get ready for the interview the moment you start filling out the application. You get ready for that interview when you start looking for a job, because it's a whole process. It's a whole series of events that lead you from unemployed to employed, and you have to be ready every step of the way. Now, how do you get ready? Gentlemen, this is for you. Ensure that your hair is cut. Ensure you keep it cut. It's not scraggly, it's not wait till the last minute. If you're in a hiring process, if you're in the process of looking for a job, ensure that your hair is cut, neatly trimmed, your eyebrows, same thing. If you've got facial hair, be prepared to shave or trim it, adjust it, know what you need to do, but look presentable, because again, you have that one time to make that first impression. And once that first impression is made, it's over. You can look fantastic on paper. You can look fantastic digitally, but when it comes time for you to sit in front of them, if you're not making that first awesome impression to back up who you are, that it's over. It is over. Truly, it's over. Now, of course, there's going to be those situations when you walk into an interview and things just don't look right. It could be just a one-person hiring committee, and, well, they kind of already made up their mind who they're going to hire. They just have to manually, or they have to go through the process of interviewing 2 or 3 other people. So don't feel down. Use that as an opportunity to shine, to glow, to make yourself look so much better than the person they already have in mind. Make them regret hiring that other person. Make them regret, well, not picking you. And do that. You'll see that when you walk into, and there's a one person. Now, if it's a one-person operation, obviously that's the committee of one. But if it's a large organization and you're trying to get in, and again, there's only a committee of one, then you know where you stand right then and there. But at that moment, that's when you make them regret hiring that other person. That's when you make them regret not hiring you. So your chance to shine, because next time, guess what? They're going to remember you, and it's like, oh, this is the one that got away. Let's bring him back in. Surprised he even applied again. So be ready at any moment. It is Trust the Process, and we're doing this over coffee. Ladies, same thing. Be ready to go. Both, and it's not trying to be biased or anything, but you have to be ready to go, and most of you have that down as an art. Kudos to you. kudos to you. But you first timers, those of you first time going out there looking for a job, talk to somebody who's gone through the process. Talk to somebody, how did you prepare? Find somebody to help you along, and they'll help you. But the one thing is always be presentable, be ready to go, because they could call you. You could apply in the morning, they can call you an interview in the afternoon after lunch. So don't show up with pizza stains or spaghetti stains on your shirt. No, be ready to rock and roll. Always have that one, gentlemen, always have that one shirt pressed, ready to go. That one tie already knotted, ready to just slip on and go. That coat brushed off. Ladies, the same thing with you. Always have that, know that this is your interview attire. Have that all ready to rock and roll at the moment's notice to just jump into it and go. Gentlemen, ladies, everyone, it applies equally. Being prepared though. You have to be prepared. Read your resume. Remember what you wrote down. Don't forget what you wrote down, because if you forget what you wrote down, well, what does that say? Is he really truly being honest? Does she truly know what she did, or is she just making things up as she goes along? Again, write things down, memorize them. Have it memorized in the back of your head. No dates, no times, no places, no names. Know them all. Memorize them. Have them under control. Because again, you get called in. Don't say, oh, well, I just completed this interview. I just completed this resume, and it's brand new in my head. It happens. There has to be a starting point. I get that. But by the same token, you know what you've done, and don't lie. Do not lie. Don't get caught lying. So that's how you have to remember what you put in your resume. Failing to do that, it'll get you caught. Even though it's true, even though it might be true, it might be you did not fudge at all. But if you don't have that resume memorized, and start looking at questions, go online and look at potential interview questions. Also, learn, because they'll trick you sometimes. They'll trick you just to see how quick you are, how you think on the spot, how you think in a already intense situation. And they'll trick you. They'll throw a curveball question, and they'll see if you answer it or not. And find out what questions they're not allowed to ask. And it's okay to tell them, I'm sorry, but that's a question that's, I've been told it's not allowed to be asked. I don't have to answer it. And it does not count against you, because again, it knows that you know what you're talking about. It shows that you're ready to learn something. It shows that you're on the ball, and no one's gonna come and shortchange you. No one's gonna pull a fast one on you, that you are ready to do the job they need you to do. So again, get yourself ready. Memorize your resume. Keep yourself in nice looking state of being at the moment you start looking for a job, because you never know. A job might just come in right after viewing this video. Be prepared, memorize, be prepared, get ready, know your answers, know your stuff, and be ready to rock and roll and present at a moment's notice. Because again, you walk in there confident, you walk in there ready to rock, you're walking there ready for that job. The job is yours. It's just that simple. Folks, my name is David Guerra. I thank you for watching Trust the Process. I'll be back next week, and we'll talk to you then.